Hey friends, we are back again and I have some happy mail. So I had intended to wait until we had a few more things, but there are no more packages coming on the informed delivery. So I didn't want to wait any longer. We have been very fortunate with our yarn tour stops and the drawings that we have entered, maybe because there aren't as many locations on this eastern side of the state that we have had better odds. I'm not quite sure, but we have done very well. We have won at 3 shops, 4 prizes at 3 shops. Both the girls were drawn at one location, and so those little fun gifts will be coming in the mail at some point. And then we also won a gift card from the Salty Sheep in Swansboro, I think is where that one was. It was our first day and out by the coast. So we will head out there probably end of August, early September, and go visit the aquarium that's right out there and swing by and spend our gift card money. But this is from the yarn parlor and I am super excited. Does this have a pull tab? I don't see a pull tab. So it has been sitting here since Saturday. What is today? Monday? Maybe just since yesterday. I really thought that there would be something else coming. Oh no, these are the girls. I guess I need them. I really thought this was mine. All right, so this is the girls' stuff. So they won. We've got a My First Amigurumi Kit Baby Farm Animal Collection. So Curculo, little chick kit, level of difficulty easy, super cute. It's got yarn. Looks like it's got a teeny tiny little hook. Oh my goodness, that guy is tiny. It is so small. Material included, 2.5 millimeter hook. Goodness gracious. And then this other one that came is a knit kit. So let me see here. So this is what we've got here. So I thought this was mine. It had my name on it. This is actually what the girls were drawn for. So with compliments, Baracco. So this is I guess the shawl. There, and so it came with 2 skeins of Cambria yarn, 60% alpaca, 20% linen, 20% lyocell. So knitting gauge says 4 millimeter. So pretty. So this will be another project. So very fun. And the color for this is 7924. So I don't know what that is, but it looks like that color right there out of their book. So pretty. All right, they've got a couple other things there. So I don't know how many patterns are in here. This is the shawl that's on the front cover. Skill Intermediate. Oh, it's got multiple patterns in here. So that tank top says it's intermediate. That shrug is intermediate. You can see that shrug there. And then that one is also intermediate. they're all intermediate. So these I have to set aside for a little bit while my beginner skills get, I'm still dropping some stitches and skipping some things. I missed, you can see that I missed something there. I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm getting quicker though. I was 8 minutes per row and I retimed myself the other night, but I was 7 minutes and I had really struggled. My tension was a bit tighter and I was having some issues with that, but it does show improvement regardless of the struggle. It does show improvement. So very fun. And then a cute little zipper pouch bag. That means that my thing is still out here. Hey friends, it is now the next day and back again with some more Happy Mail. So now this one is from Yarn Tales. And this one should really be mine. So we will open this guy up here. We've got it. Make some joy today. Baracco. Oh, it's the same brand. So the bag is the same brand, and then the hooks are Likey, I believe is how they pronounced it at the store. So pink, how pretty is that? That is just so beautiful. It feels leather-ish in the case, and then opening it up here, got pink little wood hooks, and then so I think somehow this stood. There was so then this folds and it stands there. And then in here are so there's different sizes, I guess, and they screw on. So looks like there's super short, a couple different longer. Whoop. So what do we have here? So 2 short-ish ones, 1 medium and 1 long. And then there are a whole bunch of little screw-on toppers. Do these screw onto here? They do. So I guess you could leave your work on here and use the needles for something else. That's kind of cool. For those people who can't commit to one project here. Assembly guide. And then there are some little things. Gently screw cord into the end of the needle and hand tighten if necessary. Insert the key through the hole in the cord, and then while holding the needle tip firmly, use the key as a lever to tighten. So, so these are spare, way out of the frame. Those little metal things are spare. No, they're not even. And so ends of the needles. I will have to look up how to do this. We've got 3.25 millimeter up to 6.5 millimeter. So these are significantly shorter than what I have been working with. So I pull my stuff along here. So my 5 millimeter here, is that this? What's 5.5? 5. So, you know, this is like a third of what I've been working with, although I'm not a fan of the bend here, so I'm looking forward to getting rid of that. My yarn tends to get stuck at the bend, and I have a hard time bringing it up over that bend. So we will see how the wood goes here. The tips are darker. They didn't hold the color quite the same. I don't know that it'll even kind of zoom on that. The big ones might be able to see a little better there. No, not really. So, but I am super excited to see how those work. So just so pretty. I love the pink. They will stand out nicely, and certainly the little project bag is nice as well to toss everything in and zip on shut. So thank you so much to Yarn Tales for that. This drawing was entered for every $10 you spent, you received a little raffle ticket. And so this was for individuals who had been in the yarn tour and spent money on the 1st through the 15th of the month. The second half of the month is longer knitting needles in a carrying case. These were like then 10 to 12 inch long needles that were going to be for the second half of the month. So super, super fun. On a more personal note, I have put up for another Palmstreet this weekend. My grandfather, if you remember, we had gone back for his 97th birthday back in May. I currently live on the East Coast. My family is in Illinois. He fell on Sunday and broke his pelvis. Currently on primarily rest, and this has pretty much now ended his driving. We were planning on purchasing his SUV for my daughter, who's 15 and learning to drive. This is just kind of cementing that deal and really speeding up the process. The retirement home that he lives in has been pressuring him to give up driving, has been pressuring him to give up his garage the instant he gives up driving. So we are now trying to get the rest of the money together to make the purchase of his Subaru, and then pay all the taxes, title, and license, and bring it across state lines. So I've got a Palmstreet scheduled for Saturday afternoon. What is today? Today's the 23rd. So I can't even see my calendars. I've got plushies in front of my calendars. So 24th, 25th, so like the 26th, I think that would be. And so hopefully we can sell a few extra things out of inventory and raise a few extra dollars towards getting us to buy this vehicle. He is doing okay. You know, as a nurse, I know that our elderly friends and neighbors, family, are all one major fall away from a life-changing event. And this is painful. It could have been a whole lot worse. So grateful for that. But he is terribly bored, not being able to get up and do his own things, having to call for help to get up and use the bathroom, things like that. He's been so independent for so long that things are different, things are hard. And so working to keep the spirits up. Sorry, I had a frog. Personally, there's just a whole lot of guilt that I am not there to assist my mom in working through all of this. So it is what it is. I do what I can. I can't do it all. So hopefully we can make all these things happen. Lots of moving parts. And if you have friends who are looking for plushies, or if you are looking for something yourself, please pop on over to the Palmstreet on Saturday afternoon. There is a a 10% discount, which will, help towards shipping or whatever that I've added for the sale. And that's that. So we are pretty much at the end of our yarn tour. Between everything that has gone on, budget-wise, new tires on the van, trying to buy the SUV, there's just no more wiggle room in our budget to continue traveling this month and supporting these other small businesses. So I would have loved to go to the shop in the Asheville area that organized this, but unfortunately that's just not in the cards for this month. So hopefully I'll have an opportunity to explore some more, and I can certainly bring my bag and say, I was part of it. I enjoyed participating whenever that opportunity arises. It's just not going to be this week. So my daughter also needs new tap shoes. I may have mentioned this previously. My daughters do competitive dance, and a lot of what we do for our vendor events and stuff goes to costumes and entry fees and all that kind of stuff for their competitive dance. My older one does a lot of tap, and that's what she's taken for her tap. She's done solos in tap recently, and she has outperformed her shoes, and she just can no longer utilize beginner, intermediate, basic level tap shoes. So we are now looking at $260 tap shoes to buy, because we went through multiple pairs of $90 tap shoes this previous season. So that's another expense that's coming up. And so in order to provide for my household and all of that stuff, it's just, I have to cap the line and no more yarn for now. So I've enjoyed doing these tours and running around with you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed accompanying us as we've traveled and done all this. So we will see what the next month brings as we do this. I'm continuing to work little bits on my knitting. Hopefully I will have an opportunity to bring this to one of the yarn stores and get some critiques and feedback on my technique, my tension. I really don't know what I'm doing, and I have nobody to provide that feedback on. I picked up the crochet really quickly, and so maybe that's why I'm struggling with this. I feel like it's just more of a struggle. However, as I look back at some of those early crochet projects, they were wonky. So trying to give myself some grace as I look at this. I just really have a frog. But it'll get there. It'll get more consistent, and maybe it's the yarn I chose. Choose a different yarn. I keep catching and splitting it, so we will see. But check me out on Palmstreet this weekend. We can chat some more, and then we will catch up at a later time. You guys take care.